Shifting focus for now. With great power comes great responsibility. We've all heard that. But when it comes to China, a country that wields a great deal of power, great power does not come with any responsibility, it seems. On one hand, you have the country that the whole world is lauding for being the first to bring rocks and soil samples from the far side of the moon. On the other hand, is a lesser known fact. China's rockets are dumping cancer-causing, hazardous chemicals on its own people. Here's a story of these two extremes coming in from China. Take a look.
China is an undisputed space superpower. In the contemporary space race, the US is leading and China is fast catching up. Just yesterday, the Chinese space agency stunned the world. A Chinese robotic probe, Chang'e 6, brought back the first ever soil and rock samples from the moon's unexplored far side. When you look at the moon from the Earth, we always see only one side. That's the near side. So far, humanity has only explored the near side. China has landed twice on the far side, which is the moon's face that is never visible from the Earth. China's latest craft, Chang'e 6, used a probe, dug the moon's far side and collected samples. Yesterday, the Chinese capsule carrying nearly 200 kilograms of moon rocks and soil landed in China's Inner Mongolia region. This marked the completion of a high-profile 56-day-long mission. This is China's 6th robotic lunar exploration mission. China plans to launch at least 2 more robotic missions to further explore its celestial neighbor. China is not stopping here. By 2030, China wants to land their astronauts on the moon, something that only America has done so far. China also plans to build a space station around the moon. This comes at a time when the US wants to return its astronauts to the moon in what is called the Artemis program. With the potential of water ice reserves on the moon and possible existence of rare elements, Moon is the most sought-after destination for space exploration. Now have a look at this recent video. This is the aftermath of a Chinese rocket launch. The burnt-up portion of the rocket is seen falling on a village in southwest China. The villagers are running away in panic. There are yellow-orange fumes all around. These are not ordinary fumes. These are toxic rocket fuels. Getting exposed to them can cause cancer or prove fatal to all life forms. Now, question is, would any responsible country do this? This rocket debris that fell on the village is from China's Long March 2C rocket launched this weekend from China's Sichuan province. Responsible nations select launch sites so that rocket debris only falls in the high seas or in uninhabited territory of their own. China, however, doesn't seem to bother about its own citizens' lives and welfare. China is a repeat offender. Most spacefaring nations make extra efforts to ensure that their rocket and satellite debris in space is safely disposed, or at least make attempts to do so. For example, India has been ensuring that its rocket stages and satellites splash down in the deep oceans. China, however, doesn't care. Chinese rocket debris that have re-entered the Earth have fallen across multiple nations. The debris has landed in India, in the Ivory Coast, Indonesia, Malaysia, and even over Texas in the US. Space debris is a common problem, and all spacefaring nations are held responsible all the time. But here's why China is at fault. China is often guilty of not sharing the exact information of where their massive rockets could end up falling. For China, With great power, it appears there comes no sense of responsibility.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.